What's up?
What you been up to, man?
Finishing my album and just living life, having a good fucking time. Just trying to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember, right before this had started, you were talking about how much time it changed.
Yeah.
You know, from you originally coming up with the concept
Yeah.
of the album to begin with, and you really wanted to put your all into this about a year ago.
Right.
So, dive deep into that.
I mean, it's just crazy. I was just thinking about how, like, how much time has changed everybody, you know? Everyone in this group, like, everybody we know, as far as, like, being creators, being just, like, people, you know, like, because when we first had this, like, idea for this album, it was just kind of like, we just want to make something different.
Sure.
But as time went on, like, we all went through different experiences that changed all of us, so it kind of went from, like, let's just make something that sounds different and cool, to, like, this is, like, a story for all of us, you know what I mean? Like, this is all of us kind of growing and, you know, just kind of flourishing as people and, like, artists.
Yeah.
It's all that put into, like, a sound, if that makes sense.
I guess.
And that, for me, has been, like, the biggest deal, kind of putting this whole project together and this whole everything with, like, Abstract and then, like, the Jack album. Like, it's been really, really special. Not just because of, like, the music we're making.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's really been such, like, a powerful experience for everyone involved. Like, and I think I can say that for everybody that's been around during, you know? It's, like, it's been extremely special.
Yeah.
And very memorable.
No, yeah, I could testify to that personally.
Yeah.
Being a part of those fucking studio sessions, man. That TikTok you posted the other day
Hell yeah.
of what's in the studio. That ad-lib alone, that was,
Bro, yeah.
How is that? Dive deeper into your thought process when this all started, though. Like, when did you first come up with all this? Because I already know you had talked to me about this, when you gave me that letter, the Abstract letter, around August last year.
Yeah, so that was around the end of last summer.
Okay.
But it's crazy because the whole, like, idea for this abstract sounding album and this whole concept, it came to me, bro, almost 2 years ago.
Really?
Is when I had the first idea for it. And it was a random night. And I texted Justin and I was just like, dude, like, I just have this idea. Like, I just got to get this off of my brain, off of my chest. Like, I just want to make something so different that no one's heard before. And I don't know if it was God or what. Someone just told me, like, you got to fucking make this. Like, you got to make this happen. So I didn't know who to tell. I was like, I blew Justin's phone up. I was like, bro, we got to start doing this, like, right now. I have this idea. I got this vision. And from then on, like, it was just no looking back, no turning back. We just, like, immediately started getting to work on, like, okay, where do we want to go with this? Like, how do we want this to sound? We want it to sound different. How do we make it sound different from everything coming out right now, but, like, also not make it sound lame? So that was really where most of the work went into. It was like, we just want to have a good time with this and bring everybody together and have everyone involved and just make an album that, like, we can all just, like, enjoy together and share, like, with our families, with our friends, with everyone that created it. Like, this is, like, straight from the heart from all of us, you know what I mean? And from that first thought, like, it's just so insane to me that it grew to be something like this. Like, such a work of art that all of us got to put our hearts into, you know what I mean? It's been so special.
Special. I could definitely testify to that as well. Like, again, it's not just a thing where it's like you're in the studio. Obviously, we've been part of those studio sessions, but like, that is like we've all been in the studio. Like me, DZ, Justin, obviously. You know, Akshay's been there a few times. We've had a lot of people coming in and out, not including. Talk to me about the features.
Man, I've got people I didn't think I was going to be working with on this album that ended up being on it.
You don't got to put any names out there.
I won't throw names out, but of course, like, everyone can guess, like, the obvious features that'll probably be on there. So, I wanted to bring in everyone that inspires me and inspires us as a collective and as a group to kind of contribute whatever they can. And it wasn't just like, I want you to come in, just, like, lay down a verse and leave. It was like, I want you to come, like, experience, like, making this work of art with us. Because, like I said, it's a big deal for me. Like, this is a real, like, fucking album. This is, like, a work of art. And if I want you involved, like, it's really important to me. Like, you have to be, like, I have to see you in that type of way as, like, somebody who can really contribute to this, and I trust you, really, is what it is. Like, I trust your vision, and I trust you as an artist. And everyone I got to bring in on this, and I got to contribute, like, are special people to me.
Yeah.
Like, deeper than just them being, like, an artist I really like to listen to, or I really fuck with. It's like, it was just building, like, friendships with everybody.
Precisely.
You know what I mean? Like, we all got to bond over something together, and we all got to come together, and it's like, I mean, whether it's a producer, whether you helped write, whether you just said hey in the studio, like, or you were doing the voicemails and like the narration, like, it was more than just coming in and helping out. It was really just like experiencing something together. I think that's something we'll all be able to look back on, this experience of making this project together, and just be like, damn, like that was fucking great. Like, that was a memory. You know what I mean?
I will say, you definitely did bring in a lot of people as far as, I think when you say, just to clarify, when you say people that inspired you, obviously there's multiple people and multiple artists that inspire you, but specifically like local artists that you've known for a while, coming up within this area.
Exactly.
And then next thing you know, instead of just knowing them on Instagram, on social media, you really get in the studio together. You're making videos, you're really getting to know them. Like you said, you're building friendships on top of this. So I agree with you in the sentiment that it's really connected us all in a way, in a deeper way that we could have ever realized, really. Again, like, me personally, like, you giving us, only a few people got that letter. I think maybe after this we could show off the letter that I got it somewhere in my crib. I gotta get it. Only a few people got that letter, and specifically you had talked about something along the line, I don't remember specifically what you said, but something along the lines of how you, basically everything you're saying right now, like, you wanted it to be different. You didn't have the full idea and full structure of how it was going to be, but you knew from the jump it was going to be something special. You know, I felt the passion. I saw that within you, and the way that you were even writing it down and talking about it. The fact that you even, like, gave us that letters to begin with, like, that was dope to me. I felt like I was really a part of a full experience.
That's exactly what I wanted, man. Like, I didn't just make this for me. Like, this is for all of us, man. Like,
when you say all of us, what do you mean all of us?
I don't just mean this collective. I mean anyone who can relate to anything I'm saying on this album. And it's not like I'm out here trying to preach some sort of like fucking deep message or anything like that. Like, I'm just having a good time, and of course I'm talking about things I want to talk about and things that I feel, but I really just want to be able to connect with the listener. And that doesn't just mean my lyrics, like the way everything sounds. Like, we put so much work in just like the sonics, and we just want the shit to sound so good. Like, whether it's like making the drums sound a certain way, or like the bass line to hit a certain way that you just feel it in your chest. You know what I mean? Like, I want everyone to feel it. I want everyone to like understand where it's all coming from. And I've been through a lot of experiences while I've been working on this, and I know you know that, because
2 years,
two fucking years since this shit started. Like, there's been a lot of experiences that have changed my perspective on everything, on life. And of course, I'm still a young kid. I'm growing up, and I'm learning new things every day. Not just with music, just about life. So my perspective on everything has changed. And I feel like you can really hear it, like, in this album, when you listen to it, you can understand that. You hear me talking about, like, literally everything going on. And it can be the most random fucking experience. But if it's important to me, you're gonna hear it on here. And I want everyone to be able to relate to that. Like, man, there was times I've just felt like, you know, I just didn't feel like accepted, or I didn't feel, you know, appreciated or acknowledged or listened to. Whether it was shit going on personally or like in music, like all that frustration, all that emotion, like start to finish, you're gonna hear it, like within everything. And again, that's not just the shit I'm saying. Like, it's the way everything sounds. Like, you're gonna feel what I was feeling while I'm making this. That's why I'm so happy with how this shit turned out. It's because not only is it just a bomb-ass sounding fucking album, it's like, you're gonna listen to this and you're gonna like feel me. Everybody. Like, I want everyone to understand, like, this all came from the heart. And not just my heart, like everyone. Like, I wasn't even just putting my own experiences into this. Like, it is for everybody.
I will say, from the features I heard on the album, like, you definitely hear the passion, and you hear you hear that they really put effort into this. You know, it's not just a feature; it's a full experience, like you said.
Right, and I try to make that clear with like the artists I came to. I was like, hey, like, I just want you to know, like, I'm not just asking for a feature. Like, I want to work on like art with you. Like, I just want to go like head straight in and just go in like I always do, but I want to do it with you. You know what I mean? Just kind of make it like a special thing. Plus, build a friendship on top of it.
Exactly. To begin with, you haven't even really, this is your first time really expanding on doing features with people or allowing people in the studio rather than like just such the me, you, Justin, Duhamel, Akshay, Tops, like 5 people in the studio. Now you've really expanded yourself in your range and who you're connected with through this. You know?
And that's a conversation I've had with multiple people that are like really special to me, and it kind of hit me really hard. Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, like you're just doing what you fucking love. Yeah, like you keep expanding, you keep growing. Like I had this conversation with my uncle a couple weeks ago. He's like, you're expanding every day, and like I love to see it. Yeah, and you know you got a good head on your shoulders, and like just don't get distracted and just keep working at it and getting better. And like those are the kind of things that just have really hit me deep. It's just like everyone telling me like, dude, just keep growing. Yeah, you know, because that's like, it's one thing for someone to tell you like, good job, you're doing good, but that's not what an artist needs to hear. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, I get it, I'm doing good, I kind of know that. Yeah, but I don't need the validation. If you tell me to keep growing, keep expanding, that's something that's so special to me, because that means that's not you just saying good job, like shaking my hand. That's like, I want to see you keep doing good. Like, it's such a fucking big deal to me, and I think it goes a long way with just simple shit like that. And the fact that I've been able to, you know, just like progress and like hit new genres that I haven't hit before, and try new melodies, try new styles, different beats. Just coming in the studio being like, hey, I have this idea, and just letting Justin know, like, can we make it sound like this? And he's like, damn, we haven't made something that sounds like this before. I'm like, exactly. Like, this is what I'm looking for. Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to expand out, and I just want this to be, like, again, like, it's for everybody. It's not just for me. So with the sonics of it, I want genres that are going to hit everybody, too. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And I will say, one thing, you know, I'm not going to just sugarcoat some shit. Like, I'll tell you what it is. One thing I am very impressed about is that, like you said, the sonics alone and the genres that you hit with this project, it's surprising to me in a way that it doesn't come off as forced. Right. You know, it comes off as if, okay, this is what I had in my head. Let's flow from there. Whether you finish the song in a day or it took you weeks or even months to finish that, like, at the end of the day, hearing the product now and what the listeners will hear when you drop this shit, like, it sounds natural. It sounds like it's something you've been really working on. It's not just something, like you said, I think you were saying how from the jump you want it to be different. Again, abstract, being something that's different, out of this world, you know, never really heard of or understood before. Yeah. A lot of times when an artist or even people in general try to do something so different, it could come off as if it's forced, you know? Right. We've heard that in many scenarios. Exactly. Even, not to disrespect you, but in a sense, like, you've gone through your phases as far as an artist and you've had to find your flow. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So you understand, like, how it comes off as forced, and then you got to find your rhythm with it. Maybe it's not going to come off as natural, but you can tell I'm putting this work in. With this, I could say, like, genuinely, it sounds as if all the tracks on this, they come off as if you've been working on this shit for a while. Like, it naturally comes to you,
Because I have, you know? That's like, I don't want it to sound forced because nothing was forced. Yeah. That's why it's like, damn, like, he really took his fucking time. It's because I really did. Like, and not just taking my time. I'm like, damn, I'm going to go in the studio and I'm going to lock in and I'm going to grind and I'm just going to make sure I get this done or that done. Like, that's lame as fuck. I'm just trying to have an experience, and I just want it to be all natural. Like, when we catch that vibe together, like, that's what I'm waiting on. Yeah. Because that vibe just doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? In every song, I can proudly say we caught a vibe while we were making or doing together or hanging out, listening to it. Like, that's why this shit is so special. You know what I mean? It's because it all was, like, organic and natural. And, like, it just came from, like, we're all just having a good time. Like, and I think everyone can tell when they listen to this shit. Like, start to finish, like, we just had a great time making this. Like, no matter where we were, who we were with, like, we can all say, like, this was just so fucking fun to be a part of. You know what I mean? And I can't wait for the listeners to experience that too. And I'm excited for everyone to hear it, man. I'm fucking ecstatic.
I'm feeling and seeing a lot of emotions, you know, when you talk about this. What is, I know we've touched upon it a little bit, but what is this, when you drop this, what are you going to look back and think of the most? How has this project affected you? Again, this is like literally 2 years, man. 2 years of you not even, that's not even including you just thinking about it and thinking of how you want it to be. You know, how has this really affected you?
I mean, it's really just been so therapeutic for me. Like, I know it kind of sounds like cookie cutter or like cliche to say, but it's really just been like me venting. and just putting the way I feel into music. Like, because we all know I've been through experiences, like, where there's family shit, like, relationship bullshit.
Yeah, some stuff that, again, the viewers or listeners really just might not know, but
you're
able to express that through this.
Exactly, and that's why everyone's going to be able to relate to it so well, and I think that's what I'm going to be able to remember so much is, like, every experience I had is put into this project. Yeah. And that's what's so memorable for me, is just, like, we all got to be a part of it, and it's really, like, it's not so, like, so much sticking to like, one topic or, like, theme throughout the album, but it's really, like, it's definitely a story, you know, even though it's kind of bouncing around all over the place. Like, that's the point of something being abstract. You don't really know exactly what's going on, but you can kind of make what you want out of it. And at the end of the day, it is my story, and it's shit that I've gone through and things I've felt, but everyone will be able to relate to it. No fucking doubt about it.
I feel the confidence, yeah. No, one thing I will say, I like to talk to you a lot, like, on a personal, me and you. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody else about this, actually, but I know we talk a lot about, anytime I bring up, I refer to you as Jack, right? Like, I've just known you as Jack since I moved there, you know what I'm saying? I know you as Jack. For a point in time, you were I Myrtle, you know? I saw that as a different alter ego in a sense, you know? Jay Irvine, I feel as though that's a way for you to connect, again, obviously to connect with the listeners, you know? But also to show them a different side of you in ways that you're not able to as just Jack, you know? Musically, you're able to express yourself in a different manner. Even if it's not through the words, it's like you said, it's through the beats. You know, it's the way the bass sounds.
Exactly.
It's the way it cuts into a different part of the song. It's the way, you know?
Right.
So it's just, how has this shift from being Jack on a normal basis, right? People referring to you as Jack, knowing you as Jack Irvine. I went to high school with him. I went to middle school with him. I knew him when he was I Myrtle on SoundCloud. You know? How has that really affected you, going from that person to now evolving into what you want to be, more of an artist overall?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still Jack.
Yeah,
like, that's what y'all know me as. That's like what the family knows me as. But I wouldn't say being Jay Irvine is a different person, because that's who I am, and you're always going to hear what I feel and what I think and everything about me through my music. But I think this album has really allowed me to get more personal, especially with the theme being Jack. And of course, it's an abstract album. I'll say that to the day I'm in the fucking grave. But but it is about me. That's why I changed the name to Jack. And that's why.
Because originally it was abstract, right?
Originally, no one fucking knows this, but originally it was supposed to be called Abstract. And that just became, obviously, the merchandise, the entertainment, everything like that. But I ended up just saying, hey, like, yo, let's just name it Jack. Like, because at the end of the day, it's all about stories, shit I've gone through and we've gone through together. And it's very personal for me. So I think this album's really allowing me to kind of connect with the listener more on a personal level and really have them understand who Jack is, not just Jay Irvine, like the artist who's just dropping like tight music. Like it's not really about that for this. Like, of course the music's gonna be fucking dope and y'all are gonna be able to rock with it for sure, and the shows are gonna be crazy for sure. But the fact that I'm able to do that and get a little bit personal and kind of put you in my perspective a little bit as Jack, not just Jay Irvine, and really tell you the stories of shit I've gone through, like, that's, like, so fucking great for me. And it's almost, like, weight off my shoulders. I'm able to kind of just, like, put this out there and express this with people.
That's good, man.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Hell yeah.
So, in this sense, you would say Jay Irvine's the storyteller or narrator, and Jack's the story being told.
Exactly.
Or at least pieces.
The story of Jack, pretty much.
Okay.
Of course, I wouldn't name it the story of Jack. That's fucking lame. But like, but calling it Jack is just something that's so simple. And
connected with you the most.
Exactly. And it just feels so right for me. And the family will be able to connect with it because they've always known me as Jack, like the little baby Jack. And of course, the friends will be like, Jack, you know, I grew up with him. And being able to put that to the sound, and like you can kind of connect Jack with the music.
Exactly.
And you put it together, and you're like, oh fuck. And especially with how personal this album is, like I just feel like it all goes together just so fucking perfectly. And I'm just so excited to be able to share this with people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of this.
Hell
appreciate you allowing me to interview. Justin, I appreciate you recording.
We love you.
Yeah, like you said, 2 years, man. Seriously, it's been a ride. It's been a roller coaster. Yeah. It hasn't all been rainbows and ponies. It hasn't always been up. We've had a lot of downs. But we've grown. All of us together. I can't say that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Chill.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's been just such a ride, like putting all this together. And like, crazy thing is, we're saying it like it's the big finale to something, but it's absolutely not. Like, this is just the first stepping stone into like a big life together, and like everything we want to do, all these goals we're about to hit, and like, man, I just can't fucking wait for the future. Like, I hope people can really understand that is like, this is a big deal, but it's like, if you put it into perspective with everything else, like, man, this is just one stepping stone to like a really big fucking thing. Like, we got big shit to do.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's only the beginning. I love to say that. It's only the beginning, but 2 years, man, that's... yeah.
Hell yeah.
2 years. Again, I appreciate you, brother.
Hell yeah.
What's one last thing you want to leave for the audience? What do you want to leave for the listeners? What do you want them to know about this album?
Man, just that I couldn't have worked any harder on it, and no doubt, like, this is straight from the heart. Like, this is for y'all and me, and like, this is for whoever's felt misunderstood or gone through shit with anybody, like relationship problems, family problems, like no matter what you've gone through, like, I want you to be able to relate to this shit, because I'm really letting y'all know, like, this is experiences I've gone through and we can share together. So it's from the heart, and like, I just can't wait to share Jack with everybody.
So when's Jack dropping?
September? Yeah.
That's all you're giving us?
Yeah.
That's all he's giving us, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting.
Thank you. Appreciate you.